Hey guys, Tami Lewis here with Joyful Mom. So, question for today. Have you ever had your kid come up to you and ask for a video game? And you're like, no, not right now, sweetheart. And then he starts in. He's like, I know this drill. I ask. She's going to say no. But if I keep bugging her, eventually she's going to cave, right? 5-year-olds are smart. So they come up, that you say no. They say, but mom, I didn't do my video time yesterday, so I have time today to do it. We have 30 minutes until dinner, so I really have time to do this. 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds, 15-year-olds, they all know how to wear you down. And then eventually what happens? You cave, right? Any child will beat you hands down in will and determination. Like, no problem. Another scenario. Your child, you're at the grocery store, right? Everything's going well. And you get to that checkout line, and there's candy. Your kid decides he would like some candy. So he asks you, hey, mom, can I have this candy? And their sweet little voice, right? They're much nicer than I am. They're saying it very nicely and, heck, may I have candy? Or they start in on the, I want candy, I want candy. And you say no. And so then they really start, I want candy. And they start yelling, right? This happens regularly. I've seen it at the store all the time. Again, your child will win in will and determination. Yeah, I used to go through this all the time with my kids. I would fight with my 5-year-old. I would fight with my 7-year-old. I've been known to fight with my 10-year-old, my 15-year-old. Why? Because it's a natural thing to start kind of butting heads and just going, no, I'm going to win. Eventually, a mentor of mine taught me this trick. I'm not kidding, guys. It changed the way our household ran. I no longer my timer. It's time to get my laundry out of the dryer. Nice to know. Okay, so eventually I would cave in, right? This taught me how to handle myself in a manner as an adult against a little kid. I know that sounds so silly, but I'm assuming maybe you're like me and you've struggled with this. So here's what they taught me. It's called asked, answered. Super simple. You know, if you follow me at all, you know how I like things simple. My brain doesn't handle a lot of hard, complex ideas. So how this works, your child comes up to you and asks for that candy. Hey, mommy, can I please have this piece of candy? I've been really good today and I deserve it and I really want it and da-da-da. And you say, no, sweetheart, not today. But mommy, this candy is good and I want this candy. I want this candy. Your response. You ready for this? Sweetheart, you have asked and I have answered. Like literally, it shuts the conversation down like that. It's crazy. Like the first time I tried it, I'm like, whatever, like this isn't going to work, right? It totally shut the conversation down. My child looked at me like, oh, I have no response for that. It was awesome. So I continued to do it. Now, eventually I did have to say, hey, sweetheart, my yes is my yes, my no is my no. And if you read this, ready? In Matthew 5:37. I'm sure many of you have heard this verse. It says, but let your yes be yes and your no, no. For whatever is more than these is from the evil one. Like typically we stop with let your yes be yes and your no, no, and we just stop there. But the word actually says, for whatever is more than these is from the evil one. And if you think about it, as we fight with our kids, is that a godly thing that we're doing? Or is that really we're in sin now? Because now we're arguing, we're fighting, we're not saying yes to our yes and no to our no. And we're teaching our kids that that's okay. I've done this many, many times, fought with my children over something, and it never is a positive thing in our lives, right? But when I use this asked, answered, they feel the boundary and they go, oh, like they might be disappointed. Absolutely. And that's okay. It's disappointing for them, right? But disappointment's a part of life. Good lesson for them to learn. And so when they come up to you and ask for that extra video game and you just have really no reason even other than just, you know, that video games aren't good for them per se, you can actually say, hey, sweetheart, you've asked, I have answered. And I am not going to waver from this decision. in that calm voice, they respect and honor that, wow, mom means what she says and says what she means. And then I've found that my children have learned to come to me in a much more calm manner and start to discuss something with me. In fact, I'll share this story with you. My son came to me the other day and asked for something. And I said, I have no good answer or no good reason to say no to this. Something in my spirit is not comfortable with it. And he's 16. He went, okay, mom, if it's all right with you, I would like to continue this discussion later, because you really don't have a good reason and you may stick with that answer, but I may be able to convince you that there's a reason why I should be able to do this. And I was like, well, that's fair. I'm absolutely happy to table this discussion and talk to you about it. That comes from years of holding my boundary and him knowing that my yes is my yes, my no is my no, and I am open to a logical discussion at some point. And so I was really pleased with that. Like, things don't always go that way, but that was a really good maturity on his part. So that's my trip to, excuse me, my tip to you today, or my trick, whatever you want to call it. It worked for my family. Asked, answered. Keep it really short. Don't explain it. Just a simple, you asked, sweetheart, and I have already answered. And try it. Let me know in the comments if it works for you and how it works for you, because I would love to hear from you and talk about it. So I hope it works really well for you. If you have a friend who you know they could use this, I highly recommend you don't just send it to them and go, hey, you need this. Let them know you tried it first. Say, hey, this was a problem in my family. I tried it and it worked. I think you might like it. And share this video with them, or share the idea with them. Let them know. I'd love for you to follow me on Facebook. You can find me on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, on joyfulmomkajabi.com. I'll post all my links below just so you can follow me anywhere. I'd love to connect with you. God bless, and I hope this helps you.